Thutha wa miaka 6 ya gwika uthuthuria wa kwenda kumenya nũ woragire mũruti wa biashara Monica Kimani haria mwaka-ini wa 2018, riu igoti nirihithuritie ati Jowie Irungu uria niwe umwe wa the 2 suspects in that murder niwe woragire mutumia ucio. Nake Maribe ari mumemerekia kuria Citizen TV na onake ari mwikuirwo wa gikuo kiu ni arikitie kurekererio na kwirikana ati ndahutithanirie na gikuo kiu ona ha.
It is the finding of this court that all this evidence taken culminatively leads to a strong conclusion that the first accused person murdered the deceased. And therefore I find the first accused person guilty as charged. The result is that the prosecution did not adduce adequate evidence for this court to find the second accused person guilty of the offense of murder of Monica Kimani.
Hapo hivyo nimechini na Holy J.
Holy J TV, are you holy?
Hello guys and welcome back. Now, kore tariki 19 September mwaka wa 2018 niguo kweyumiririe uhoro wa makire a Kenya na njira nene muno, na ni uhoro wa gikuo kia magigi kia muruti wa biashara Monica Kimani, uhoro ria wa memerekirio ni station ciothe bururi-ini.
Police in Nairobi are investigating the murder of a businesswoman found dead at her rented apartment in Kúúraga Gardens, Kimani area this morning. The lady, identified as Monica Kimani, was chatting with her brother last night before she suddenly went silent. Worried of her whereabouts, the brother visited her house to ascertain her safety, only to find her body in a bathtub with the head chopped off. Her body has been taken to Chiromo Funeral Home.
Maribe akiheana uhoro kuri a Kenya atekumenya ati ni umwe wa aria marekuirwo gukorwo magika giko kio gia kuraga mutumia ucio. Na riu thutha ucio Maribe ni arugamirio wira na gwituika ati abe arore cira wake, na cira ucio ni uthiete na mbere gwa kahinda karaihu miaka 6 kuma 2018 nginya thaa ici. Na riu umuthi cira ni ukirikire na Jowie Irungu uria niwe first suspect niwe wonekanire guilty of that murder. Na ke Maribe atuika wa kurekererio uhoro uria urehire gikeno kinene muno hari family na arata a Maribe aria nio hamwe na Dennis Itumbi uria turona hau mahagire na njira nene muno iria ituthurite direct nene muno guku online. Na mwena wa Jowie Irungu sister yake nionekanire na kieha kinene muno akirira stairs ni kuona ati riu Jowie Irungu guthie njera na tungatire kioho giake nginya riria jaji akauga. Na riu uhoro uyu ni tuthurite direct nene muno guku online kuna ati cira uyu ni ukoretwo wetereirwo na njira nene muno, na o niguo jaji augire wegie cira uyu wa Maribe na Jowie Irungu no woragire Monica Kimani.
Burnt the cloth which he wore during the commission of the offense. It is the finding of this court that all this evidence taken culminatively leads to a strong conclusion that the first accused person murdered the deceased. And therefore it is the finding of this court that the prosecution has proved beyond reasonable doubt all the ingredients of the offense of murder. The death occurred, the cause of that death, the person who, and in this case the first accused, I'm still on the first accused person, committed that offense, it was not a case of homicide, excusable homicide, it was unlawful. And therefore I find the first accused person guilty as charged herein of the offense of murder, that on the night of 19th of September 2018 at an unknown time at Kúúraga Gardens apartment, Kitara Lane off Dennis Street, with others know before this court, he murdered Monica Nyawira Kimani. The evidence by the prosecution against the second accused person did not place the second accused person in the house of the deceased on the material night. There was no evidence that she had ever communicated with the deceased. The evidence that the prosecution have brought before this court on the second accused person relates to the events of 20th of September 2018, and that is the shooting incident. And in that regard, having considered the provisions of Section 129 of the Penal Code of Kenya, and the second accused person having had no objection to her two statements which she gave the police, one saying that the second accused person, the first accused, was shot in the house, and then retracting that statement the following day, only leads this court to the provisions of Section 129 of the Penal Code, which states as follows. That Section 128 creates an offense, which is an offense of giving information, false information, to a person employed in public service, and states as follows. Whoever gives to any person employed in public service any information which he knows or believes to be false, intending thereby to cause, or knowing it to be likely that he will thereby cause the person employed in public service A, to do or omit to do something which the person employed in public service ought not to do or omit, if true state of facts respecting which such information is given were known to him, or two, to use lawful power of the person employed in public service to the injury or annoyance of another, is guilty of a misdemeanor and liable to imprisonment for 3 years. The statement which the second accused person gave to the police on 28th was false. The statement of public service. The statement intended that that person investigates that offense. That statement was retracted by the second accused person the following day by a different statement now speaking to what is said to be the truth. There is no timelines in criminal law when you can prefer charge against a suspect. The Limitation of Actions Act does not apply to criminal offenses. It is my considered view that the charge brought against the second accused person was not the proper charge. Section 157, Article 157 gives the power to institute and prosecute a person suspected of committing the offense to the office of the Director of Public Prosecution. And the question posed at this stage is, was there an offense committed when the second accused person gave a statement to the investigating officer at Langata Police Station, which turned out to be not true? I say no more. The office of the Director of Public Prosecution know their mandate. The result is that the prosecution did not adduce adequate evidence for this court to find the second accused person guilty of the offense of murder of Monica Nyawira Kimani on the night of 19th of September 2018. The first accused person is convicted on the charge. The second accused person is acquitted of the offense. That is the end of the judgment. We move to the next stage. The state you are supposed to go next.
You're the first one.
So I am expecting the records. Ibene.
You'll be asking for no time. To present CRO report, which is the previous report for the first accused person which has been convicted. In the meantime, we'll also be asking for a pre-sentence report in relation to the first accused. And we'll also be praying that the first accused be remanded at Maribe remand as we await to get the previous conviction and also the pre-sentence report. We'll also be praying for typed copy of today's judgment.
Okay. May I know whether Professor Nandwa, you have anything to say? No. The victim's family, Musembi, sorry. Professor Nandwa, yes. Okay. Professor Nandwa, for the first accused person, you have something you want to tell the court?
Your Honor, first of all, we appreciate the input that this court.
Na mwirori ndiyo maoni maku megiĩ ũhoro ũyũ. Unaweza comment hapo tuambie, tuendelee kusubscribe, like, share, comment, tuendelee kusonga vizuri. In the meantime, it's been your boy Holiday and adios. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.